Good morning, everybody. Namaste. So this is going to be an overview of the teacher training, just to give you a little insight into what you should expect over the course of 6 months. So each class, we will start with the student teacher prayer. So this is a prayer that's done in a lot of the elementary schools in India to basically set the tone for the day. And this is the translation. May wisdom protect and nourish us. Let us work together for wisdom, and may our study be illuminating. May we never be a discord. Peace, peace, peace. And after 6 months, this will be right there in your brain. Okay, it's all about repetition. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So I'm very excited about this training that will be happening at Crystal River Yoga here in Crystal River, Florida. And there is an online component option for those of you that are out of state that would like to join us. Okay, so again, you can find those details on the website, yogawolf.com. So YOGAWOLFE, there's an E at the end.com. And you can also find out more information on the Crystal River Yoga site. So the required reading for the training, you're going to definitely need Light on Yoga. This is like the Bible for yoga asanas. And there's Iyengar goes through alignment, the benefits and the contraindications for the postures that we'll be covering in this training. Okay, and then Science of Breath, my copy's very well loved. And it's the one by Ballantine and Rama, not the one by Deepak Chopra. Okay, so in Ballantine, Rama, and also Hines. So it's two doctors and Swami Rama, and it's a perfect blend of how East meets West. And so it's the scientific proof behind the pranayama techniques and why they work. Okay, so it's not that thick, and you'll definitely want to read that cover to cover. Light on Yoga, yeah, don't read cover to cover, you'll just be overwhelmed, okay? And then the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the one by Sri Swami Satyananda, that's the one we're going to use. And we're going to cover most of book 2 and book 1. Okay, and it's an overview. What I tell people, the sutras are kind of like peeling an onion. Each time you go and study them, you get more and more of an understanding. So I tell students, when you first start learning about the sutras, if you get a quarter of it, that's plenty. Okay, there's a lot of information, and it takes a while for that to settle down into each cell until you really embody it. Okay, so it can be overwhelming, but again, just we're going to take it bit by bit and go from there. All right, so that is the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And then we have the Anatomy Coloring Book. And excuse me, excuse me. You can get any coloring book that you want, but you want all of the bones, okay, and muscles, okay. 206 bones, 656 muscles, okay. So you want one of the anatomy books. This is the one by Caput and Elson. It's my favorite. It's the most comprehensive, I find. And there's a reason why I assigned a coloring book. We learn on many different levels, and actually moving your hand and coloring in a muscle will get that information into your body on another level. So it really becomes a part of you. So you'll be learning, obviously, auditory, visually. When we study the bones, I didn't bring Mr. Bones, and also physically when you actually color the muscles and the bones. There's an optional book. If you are a very visual learner, I really love this book. And again, mine's so worn out. I bought this back in the 90s. But if you're a visual learner, it's really wonderful. It has the postures, the benefits, the contraindications, the Sanskrit name, and the transliteration underneath it. Okay, so this is Yoga the Iyengar Way by Mehta. Okay, so that's an optional book if you want to just add more to your library. Right, so I'm very excited that the manual will be sent to you. It's an ebook, okay, and it is, here it is. Okay, 146 pages. And there's chapters I wrote up on anatomy, physiology, Sanskrit, Hindu gods, 3 learning types, the asanas, and their, again, benefits, contraindications. There's an ethics section. Okay, and so that is your manual that will be sent to you via Dropbox. Okay, then that you will bring each Saturday and Sunday. So again, the first and the third weekend of September, October, November, and January, and February. Okay, we have off that last week in November and December, so you can spend time with your family because we have to remember what's important. Okay, and honestly, the holidays we're all crazy in good and bad ways, so you can apply your yoga that you learn to stay nice and grounded and focused during that time, and also to catch up on the homework and the 40 classes that are required for graduation. 20 have to be with me. They can be at Crystal River Yoga when I teach there, or they can be with in my classes online. Okay, but 20 classes need to be with me, and then 20 classes can be with any other instructor at Crystal River Yoga, or if you're online, a qualified instructor. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, so Tuesday night will be the pranayama program. Okay, that runs for 7 weeks from September through the middle of October. Okay, you will get a 27-page, again, ebook sent to you, and you will learn 14 different pranayama techniques, and you will learn how to teach 6 of them. Okay, so that will be on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7:15, and that runs from September to the middle of October. Now, the philosophy of yoga, that will be on Wednesday evenings from 6 to about 7:30. It'll run a little bit earlier or later, depending on the topic that week. Okay, and there is a 32-page manual, again, sent to you via email, Dropbox. And that will run from September, and then we have a little break at the end of October between books 1 and 2, because there's a lot of information. I want to give you a week break from all that very heady info. And then we run a few weeks into November again, and then you have that last week off and all through December, excuse me. And then we start up again in January, and this will go through February 4th. So the philosophy of yoga will be on Wednesday nights from September through February 4th, with that 1 week break, okay, at the end of October, and then another 3 weeks of classes, and then there's the holiday break, and then we start up in January again. Okay, so again, I wanted to give you that break to just let the information settle in, because I know for a lot of people doing a yoga teacher training, the philosophy part of yoga is brand new. The asanas and some of the breath are fairly familiar, but when we start getting into the philosophy with something this brand new, excuse me, I wanted to give you that space for it to settle into all yourself. Okay, so then just a little teaser. So when we have a lesson, say in Sanskrit, for an example, I'm going to write out the short a, the sound. Okay, in Sanskrit looks like that, and it's one of the most common vowels that you'll see in most of the Sanskrit words. So that's the short ah, ah, and then for the long a, the you will add one more line. So there's the double line for the long a, and then the short a is the one, ah, ah, ah. And again, long a, I'll write it in another color. So there's the long a, So that's like a very, marathon, quick little Sanskrit lesson there. So again, I am very excited about this training. Do you have any questions? Please contact me at yogawolf@yahoo.com, YOGAWOLFE@yahoo.com. And we start September 6th, Saturday. And there's still time to sign up, so please contact me. And so again, we go September through the third week in November. Okay, then there's the break to catch up on the homework. And then we start up again in January, and we go from January through the end of February. And the last 2 weeks in February, that's when you will be teaching. First, we teach each other, okay, in a live class, and we do it in a round robin type of class. So one trainee will be going up and teaching about a 15 to a 20-minute segment of the class. Then another trainee will come up and teach another 20 minutes of the class, and then another teacher will come up. And so the other trainees, while the one is teaching, will be in the classroom with the students, adjusting them. You'll have your segment of students, like 2 to 3 students, that you will be adjusting in every single posture. So you will have practice teaching live and also hands-on, so that you have all different body types that you'll be exposed to with how to do the adjustments. And the class that you'll be teaching, it will be scripted. You'll definitely know ahead of time what you'll be teaching. Okay, so you can practice ahead of time. And the first week we'll be teaching each other to get practice there. And then the next week on a Friday night, there'll be a class with outside students. And then on Saturday, there'll be another class with outside students that you will be teaching, again, hands-on and verbally. Okay, and then graduation will be that Saturday, and I believe it's the last weekend in February. Okay, so again, please reach out to me at yogawolf@yahoo.com. I would love to have you in the training, and I always tell people, even if you have the slightest inkling to want to become an instructor, please reach out. We need all different levels of yoga instructors. And it's not about being able to stick your foot in your ear. That does not make for a good instructor, not necessarily. Okay, and so again, if this is your calling, I have so much fun teaching this training, and just bringing that joy, no pun intended, bringing that joy of yoga into your life so that you can bring it out into the world to others. Okay, so we will be ending all the classes with the Loka chant. Okay, and I'm going to pull that up so that you can get a taste of how each class will also be ending. Okay. And I think it will come up in a second. And these chants, again, they will become second nature after 6 months of hearing them. You'll be chanting them in the car, you'll just be humming them to yourself. Okay, so this translates as may all beings everywhere be happy. Again, and Sanskrit is like, it's again, like it has many, many layers. So the fully blossomed translation of this is may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my thoughts, words, and actions contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. And then peace, peace, peace. And the peace at the end, the shanti, 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 that's peacefulness with yourself, peacefulness with all those around you, and peacefulness throughout the world. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Hope to hear from you soon.